Hello, my name is Nathaniel, and I did my science fair project on cloning. An introduction to cloning. Uh, First, cloning was a fictional element in science fiction movies, like Blade Runner and a whole bunch, like from the '80s, specifically from the '80s, and it was actually in Philip K's Philip K. Dick's book called "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?" That was like the first mention of like really like genetic engineering slash cloning. Uh, but this fiction was brought to life in 1997. Dr. Ian Wilmot's group of scientists had brought their fictional process to life with the creation of Dolly the sheep, who was the first cloned animal. And while it was an amazing process, the cloning, right, it's an extremely hard topic to discuss. Like it's very controversial because many people argue with animal if human cloning is better than animal cloning. So that's like a very like controversial topic, and if it should be used to clone humans, that's very controversial. What is cloning? So science fiction movies and medias have portrayed the process of cloning to be like very easy, even though that could be the farthest from the truth. It's actually a really incredibly hard process, which takes a lot of time, and without proper knowledge and resources, can like totally backfire. Cloning is a process of producing genetically identical copies of an organism. Before the creation of Dolly the sheep, all the clones have been seen in nature, have been observed in nature by scientists. Some examples of clones are if like a couple has twins, those twins are like kind of like clones of each other because they share the same DNA, which they say exactly the same DNA, which kind of makes them like look like very alike. Twins or triplets have the same DNA. They are clones of each other because they share the identical DNA. First trials of cloning slash gathering. At first, scientists had thought that cloning would only work by using embryonic cells. These are cells that are present in the early stages of an organism's life. So an organism is like just like being developed. This was proven as a fact in the 50s because scientists were able to recreate frogs using embryonic stem cells, so they were able to like reproduce them, like technically like clone them. Uh, a wide known example of cloning in nature is identical twins because they not only do they share the exact same DNA, but they look exactly alike, so it's hard to tell the difference. So they have very similar DNA to each other. Regular cells were unable to generate entire identical organisms, but sheep cells could only generate other cells instead, instead of entire sheep. Cloning animals and plants. So this is animal cloning. Two kinds of, and this is like plant clone. This is like human animal cloning. This is like plant cloning. Types of cloning slash cloning with benefits and negatives. Genetic engineering is a type of cloning that is used to recreate cells from animals or plants that can be used to cure untreatable diseases. Sort of like gene therapy, they can be used to like cure treatable diseases. So cloned animals have positive effects because they can be raised by farms and sold as food to help farmers hugely profit. So like they can like if a farmer like just raises his animals and sells them for food, him having the farmer or the female farmer or the male farmer having cloned animals can actually double the profit that they earned if they sell their cloned animals with their regular original animals. Clones can also live as long as their original copies, excluding medical issues. Now, I say excluding medical issues because there are negatives of cloning, such as clones have higher chance of having health defects and dying from them compared to their original counterpart. This shows that clones have more health defects than their original copies. A sheep's lifespan is, for example, a sheep's lifespan is 10 to 12 years, but Dolly the cloned sheep only lived for 6 years, being created in 1997 and passing away in 2003. She had lung disease and severe arthritis. Hypothesis: we know animals have been cloned before, but have humans been cloned? No. South Korea claimed that they were They were in the process of cloning a human being, but the process was interrupted. In 2004, a group of students in Seoul in South Korea had published an article saying that they cloned a human embryo, but this was quickly debunked because there was no like physical evidence to show that this was true. This is just a big bibliography. These are the sources I got it from. I got my information from. All right, thank you.